Hey, it's Nay, and I'm here to tell you I'm enforcing the law. Can you guess who I am? Because I look absolutely ridiculous looking at myself on this screen. Um, that was Rick Grimes from The Walking Dead. Yes, I did see last Sunday's episode, and yes, I'm looking forward to tomorrow's episode. But anyway, happy Halloween. And to save myself any more embarrassment, I'm going to take this off for a second. I hope that's okay. This is not in my costume. This is my brother's. So I hope that's okay. All right. Great. Now this feels a little bit normal. The topic for today's episode, and again, happy Halloween, is fears in dating. And I'm sure you can understand why I chose this topic to begin with. So, yes, when it comes to scary things in Halloween and such things like that, we do become fearful of things and fearful of, you know, I guess you can say things in regard to relationships. All right, let's get into the questions. What's your biggest fear when going on a date? Them turn into a walker. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. My, the biggest fear when going on a date is, I guess, whether or not I'm presenting myself right. Because, at least for me, I know that sometimes it's hard to see the kind of person I really am just by the first date. So that, I feel like there needs to be more time for me. So like I always think about just messing up or saying something stupid, things of that nature, or just not coming off the right way. Like I have a few friends who didn't even like me when they first met me for reasons I don't understand. Um, but I don't know. I just think I guess there's sometimes there's things that I don't necessarily realize that I'm doing or saying, and people are just not okay with. Um, so I guess you could say that's my biggest fear when it comes to the first date. But ultimately, I don't necessarily care because, and I know that sounds weird. How can it be your fear, but you don't care? Let me explain. The reason why I don't care is because that's a part of who I am, essentially. That's a part of the person that you're meeting. And I like a person who's flawed, a person who makes mistakes, a person who may not necessarily come off the right way, but ultimately is a good person. That's the person I am. So, yeah, it's a fear because that other person doesn't understand that. You know what I mean? That's the fear for me. That other person not understanding that. Um, but I always say, come as you are, be who you are. What do you think so many people nowadays fear commitment? Are you one of them? First of all, just shout out to the Hey Nay writers for this question, especially one particular Hey Nay writer. Thank you so much. Um, I think I'm not sure if people are fearing commitment. I just think that people may fear time. I think they may fear not having enough time to do certain things or not having enough experiences. Because when you commit, it's solidified. And me personally, I would prefer someone, to be upfront saying that they don't want to be committed than say that they're committed to me when they don't really want to be. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, so I'd rather you be upfront saying that, hey, I don't, I don't want to take this, I don't want this to be serious right now, but let's see how it goes. And I think that's fine. Instead of saying I'm solely going to be with you exclusively and things of that nature, and then you're unhappy, you don't want to be with that person. It's a waste of time. That's a waste of time. So I just think that's, I think that's ridiculous. But it is becoming more common. So that is very true. A lot of people are a little bit hesitant to really, really tie down. And even I believe the marriage age has been changing constantly. The average age that people get married is constantly changing. So, I don't know. I don't know. Um, am I one of them? I struggle with this. I do. I struggle with knowing if that's something I want right now. But watching this and being asked right now, I will say, no, I do not want a commitment right now. And that's just because I want to be comfortable with where I'm at in life, what I'm doing, and be able to sort of completely give and be a part of a relationship before having to, instead of having to worry about things. Because, like, oh, I got to do this for you, but then I got to do this for me, and I got to do that, and we got to do that, and I'm like, no. I mean, I know it's good to have that person for support, and that I think what I guess you could say yearn for, but I just don't. I can't. I feel like I won't be fully committing to you if I'm too busy worrying about what I need to do or what I have to do. So nothing serious, honestly, for me, at least right now. I'm not. I just can't. I'm just gonna be real. If it happens, it happens. But I'm not really searching and looking for anything like that. Um, and for those of you who feel the same way, that's okay. So don't feel bad about that. Don't let anyone else tell you anything different. Cool. Um, has anything ever happened to you in a relationship that made you fear something now? Like if somebody changed drastically once you started dating officially, and now you have an air that any new relationships can allow this to happen again. Okay. Yes, I get what that question is saying. I'm trying not to get too personal with my life, but the question is more directed towards my personal life. So what I will say is that yes, there has been something that has happened in a past situation which has made me look at certain relationships in the future differently. It makes me not kind of want that. Um, I'm not going to go too much into detail about what that is, but I'm going to say it has something to do with attitude. And I hope that's not too vague, but it's just more of point of view. Let's go with that. Point of view. I think that's good. So I had a situation where someone's point of view was very obscure from mine. It had nothing to do with me, but it was a little bit rigid, too rigid for me to res- disagree respectfully. It was more of like oil and water. We just can't do this kind of thing. But, I don't think, otherwise than that, I don't really think there's much. But I do understand that people do go through that. Something that happened to them before prevents them from moving on and going to another relationship. It's sad and it's true, but if you're that person, you need to understand that everyone is not the same. They're not. They're not, and you cannot hold someone responsible for something that's happened to for something that's happened in the past, especially when they might not even know about it. That's ridiculous. So don't do that. But if you're the person who's waiting for that person to come to you because they've gone through something and you're trying to be patient and understanding, then be patient and understanding. If you really care for that person, you will understand, and time won't be a thing. But if, you feel like you've done your all, you try to be there and you just still struggle, move on. I'm sorry. Move on. I just feel like we get stuck playing games. I don't understand that. We always playing games when it comes to this, when it comes to flirting. It's just a whole bunch of stuff. It's just games, games, games. I don't like, and if you've seen courting and dating, and Shaniqua and I talked about this, and I said like how I would prefer, because I know one of the major fears when it comes to dating is who should initiate or who should say what first, And for me, I like when a girl comes up to me and says, "Hey, I like you. Hey, let's go meet up and do this. Hey, let's do it." I love that because we cut into the chase. We're skipping all of these games and these back and forth and riddles and all that stuff. And, will she, won't he, all this crap. We skip all over that. And that's what I like. That's what I admire. So that person completely releases any tension or any possible fear, And I'm sure there's a possibility that, she might be fearful that I might say no. But the simple fact that she took so much away from me automatically gives me respect. And like I said, I would probably say yes, even if I wasn't necessarily feeling that person. I would want to see. Because you just showed me something about you that I like. You get what I'm saying? So don't fear, don't worry about it too much. There's nothing you really shouldn't be fearful when it comes to relationships. It's nothing you should really fear, to be honest. And I know that's easier said than done, but, just don't hold on. Don't think too much about it, I guess you can say. Just go with the flow. And I guess that's all I have to say about that topic. I want to thank you guys. I know a lot of you guys really liked identity and dating, and I wanted just to say thank you so much for supporting that. That one was interesting episode for me to do. It was a little bit more serious than the others, and it was a little bit more personal than I anticipated. But I'm glad that you guys received it well. That makes me know that we are forming a relationship here and that there's something going on, that you guys are starting to understand me more. So that's good. So thank you so much. Make sure that you subscribe, that you like, that you do all this other stuff. And whatever, just have fun. Have a good time tonight. Watch The Walking Dead tomorrow. Enjoy your Halloween. And remember to always start your day off with a hey. Bye.